My family found out I was a secret millionaire, and tried to take it all. My name is Sarah, and if you're watching this, maybe you know what it feels like to be the forgotten one. The one who plays by the rules, who works hard, who keeps giving, but is never seen. This is the story of how, at 38 years old, I finally realized that no matter what I did, my family would never love me for who I am. And it took Thanksgiving dinner and $12 million for that truth to finally come crashing down. This isn't about the money. It never was. This is about years of being invisible, of growing up in a house where love was a spotlight, and I was always in the shadows. I grew up in a house where my sister Rachel was the golden child. Everyone said it was because she was sick, born with chronic asthma, always needing extra care, always missing school, and I understood that, at first. But what started as compassion from my parents turned into obsession. They wrapped Rachel in cotton, praised her for the smallest things, gave her everything. And me? Straight A's? Ignored? Science fair winner? Oh, that's nice, sweetie. Can you help Rachel with her homework now? I learned quickly. My job was to be good, so they didn't have to worry about me. So I did. I became the background character in my own life. I went to the University of Michigan on a full scholarship, worked 3 jobs to support myself, built a business from scratch authenticating vintage jewelry. No one in my family asked about it, not once, but I kept going, kept building. Eventually, I started my own company. It took years, but I built a multi-million-dollar business, quietly, alone, because I knew, if I told them, they'd either laugh or ask for something. Still, I sent my parents money every month. $1,000, then $2,000, then more. I never told them where it came from. They assumed I was a secretary or something. They never asked. They were too busy worrying about Rachel. Last Thanksgiving I hosted. For once, I thought maybe this year would be different. I cooked, cleaned, set the table with my best china. Rachel borrowed my laptop to look something up. I was in the kitchen, basting the turkey. I didn't even think. Then I heard her gasp. "You have what in your account?" The room fell silent. I walked in. She was holy. Then came the accusations. "You've been hiding this from us. Are you ashamed of your family? You owe us. We raised you." And then Rachel said something I will never forget. "You don't need that money." "I do. I deserve it more." Like my success was an accident. Like I had just stumbled into $12 million. Like I hadn't worked myself to the bone for 2 decades to get here. I was stunned, but not surprised. It was the first time they really saw me, and all they saw was what I could give them. I stood there, heart racing, decades of pain rising in my chest, and I finally spoke. I told them everything. How it felt growing up invisible. How I supported them for years with no thanks. How I built something amazing and they never once asked how I was doing. My mom started crying. My dad looked angry. "Rachel?" She said I was dramatic. So I made a decision. That night, after they left, I canceled the bank transfers, blocked their numbers, hired a lawyer, and I cried. Not because I missed them, but because I finally realized I never really had them. The weeks after Thanksgiving were quiet. No calls, no emails. But then came the messages. From extended family, from mutual friends. "How could you do that to your parents? Rachel's struggling. You're just being selfish." No one asked how I was. No one said, "I'm proud of you." So I went quiet too, focused on my business, on my team, on myself. For the first time in my life, I put myself first. Therapy helped. So did journaling and travel. I went to Paris for the first time, learned to cook real Italian pasta in Rome, walked the streets of Kyoto. I smiled. I laughed. I felt light. I met people who saw me, not my money, not my usefulness, just, and slowly, I stopped needing their approval. I built a new life, one that didn't include people who only saw me as a bank account. So if you've ever been the forgotten one, the one who gives and gives, the one who gets told you're too sensitive,